We did it.
Yeah, but dude, I'm a spaz, man. I got one in my car, got one at work, got one at home. Like, that's one of the first things I pack.
I carry those wipes everywhere for my sunglasses.
Nice. Yeah, dirty glasses. I like see kids that'll come up to me and their glasses will be like
kids' glasses
not even smudgy, but like crusty smudge. I'm like, have you never like water one time hit your glasses? Not once. Like, do you ever?
No, the problem is it did, and I just let it dry.
Oh my god, I can't. Anyway,
we're
back.
Sunglasses bitch. If the sun's even like peeking out, I have to have them.
I'm that way about umbrellas. Oh, but I also am with sunglasses too, because I feel like as you get older, everything's just more sensitive.
Yeah.
All right. We're done with glasses talk. Let's talk some football. Bum, 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 bum.
Later, I'm going to jump into some glasses Twitter. See how lit that is.
They're not ready for you.
No. They ain't seen someone like me. I got to pin this tweet. I pinned it. And did you?
I got the comment. Let's hit us with the intro, my friend. We're just average Joes.
Leftovers DFS. Guys in room 619. We play DFS because we like it and it's fun. But on the reels, we're not trying to win big. We're just here to have some fun and honestly just hang out and talk shit about DFS because that's like our favorite thing to do. Like we enjoy it as much as watching the damn game. So
our goal is pretty much to be the yodelers from the Price is Right game and just not fall off. That's our one goal.
Don't fall off. Yes.
But
it's like it's a hell of a ride to get there.
That's what we want with our bankroll. We're just going for a steady increase.
So we're just here to talk about, week 14 this time, but we're going to give you a little bit of some plays and just talk our way through the slate, and because that's like the best way to do it, really.
Right.
We're giving it a angle from like our perspective and I guess football knowledge and mixed with the advanced stats, the new age stuff. But like we really like to just compare it with our eye test because in the new age of stats and metrics, which we obviously think is very important, we just don't want the eye test to get lost.
Mm-hmm. It's just something that at the end of the day, you're always going to trust like what you've seen and what you believe in. So we're just big believers in that, and you see it, you believe it. And so with that, I think we're ready for some cliff notes, my friend.
I am. Take it away. Hit the first one.
All right. So to catch up a little bit, both of us kind of had a rough week, DFS wise, right?
Yeah.
Cash line is pretty high.
I would say shout out to the 170 point cash line when it's been 120, 130 all year.
That was pretty harsh. But I know I hit my TD prop because they've been doing that, the 3-leg TD prop on DK boosted. I hit that. I had 4 legs. And then Sunday Night Football was very nice to me. Thank you, Javonte Williams. You are my Superman.
Ooh, yeah. He was good.
Alrighty.
I did a little GPP with him as captain and got some back. So that was cool.
Yeah, I hit that, and then I had him first Broncos score and him to score, and so it ended up being plus 50 between the two bets. So
hell yeah,
definitely worked out nice. So takeaways. I think you can start with the game of one team's year. Minnesota at Detroit, 27-29. Detroit got a win.
Hell yeah, that was.
Way to go, Detroit. You got one. I was worried.
It blew my teaser. But, at the same time, I was, excited for him, especially in the way it happened.
I had a Minnesota-Detroit GPP with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that, TV put him over and got me into the cash line for that.
I'm just disappointed in myself this week, honestly, because I do a lot of driving for work, and I drove so much last week. It was just a lot of driving week for me. Mm-hmm. And I was just, I'll just think about the slate and stuff. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I should probably play Justin Jefferson in a GPP.
Yep, this just Jefferson stack.
I was like, this just feels like one of those games because
He's
I was just
awesome.
thinking about Thanksgiving and watching Mooney rip the Lions apart, and then I was like, shit, it's about to be Jefferson.
I mean, I love Mooney, but
I know, and then I didn't, and then my second hiccup on the GPP front was I'm literally taking a shower before the game start. It's like 12:40, 12:45. I'm in the shower, and I'm thinking to myself, man, Minshew really likes to throw it to the tight end. I should probably play Goddard in a GPP. And I was even playing a GPP with Minshew, and I played Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I had Goddard in my GPP at one point of the morning, and then I switched off him. I'm someone that has Goddard in almost every single best ball draft league. I have him in my redraft league, have him in one of my startup dynasty. I'm a big Goddard. I thought he was top 5 tight end to start this year. I mean, obviously he hasn't been, but
he'll get better, I think.
Fucking love him. Minshew's got to stay. Get out of here, Mr. Garbage Time.
It's just disappointing, to watch that happen when you're like, I was so close.
Right.
But anyway, it is what it is.
Right. Minnesota defense, we'll talk about them in a little bit. But, I mean, Justin Jefferson's wide receiver 1. I don't think that's like hot takey. Like, I bet a lot of people had him there for a while now. Over the summer, you were pick 3. I was pick 3. You were pick 4 on the turn back in the second round. JJ was there, and I was really hoping he was going to last, and you ended up taking him, and I went AJB, who I also freaking love. But even at that point in the summer, I was really to say Justin Jefferson's wide receiver 1 because that was the first wide receiver taken.
Yeah, it's just funny because I was trying to go between AJB and him.
So, I mean, we couldn't believe that they fell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Justin Jefferson, I think he's at that point where he's like, you have to strongly consider playing him every single week, and you just have to be like,
yeah,
I got to do it. I feel like he's entering Cooper Kupp territory as far as just that's where you're going. And then this week there's no Thielen. The only thing holding him back has been touchdowns. He gets yards. More on that later. So that was just my takeaway. I just wanted to laugh at Minnesota and happy that the Lions won. And then Justin Jefferson, holy cow. What a guam.
Yeah.
Next game, Baltimore. Sean Kingston. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, 19-20. Pittsburgh won. I love the 2-point conversion call for one. But Baltimore's offense is just broken. They haven't scored over 20 since November 7th against Minnesota.
Yeah.
By the way.
I don't know. It's crazy. Like, obviously, I put Lamar in cash. I did Lamar in Hollywood, and that was my downfall because my team still hit 150 with the 2 of them. And so that sucked, but I should have paid attention to who the chalk was going to be and gone down to Brady. You keep learning. Always learning over here. But yeah.
I mean, we strongly considered going to Minshew for 4K. Obviously should have been the right call too. But I hit my quarterback with Herbert, but it's just my rest of my team kind of sucked. Mixon was a bad play. Oof. But anyway, Baltimore's offense, I feel like I don't really get why it's struggling so much. It feels like Lamar's really forcing it to Andrews just based on results of what's happening. And so I'm hoping that they kind of turn it around, but I'm kind of worried about them. Like, I'm not playing anybody on Baltimore this week, even though I probably should because I could see this game getting explosive. But I got to see it before I trust it at this point.
I don't blame you at all. I'm thinking back to just like watching this offense, and I just don't remember seeing Lamar break these big runs. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he's not doing. Maybe it's not. They're not calling it, or maybe he's just like
not running as much.
He's not running as much or scrambling. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it just seems like before they started having their troubles, like he was breaking away and just picking up chunk yards, and that was what would shit. He just got 30 Well, now you're really selling out for the run, and then boom, Hollywood hits you, and like I just feel like they lost that like guessing aspect of it.
I mean, that's why I'm always end up defending running quarterbacks for whatever reason, and I know you liked Lamar from the beginning too. He's just so special as a runner. It changes how you play defense, and that's what we always go back to is like it dictates coverage based on his running ability. So you're right. If that leaves, then he becomes a lot more easy to defend because as a pure thrower, he's not, one of the top guys in the league. But when you factor everything in, he is like a top, 5 to 10, just havoc creator where, between his deep ball and his running ability.
That's like the perfect way to describe it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious. I'm a big Lamar fan, so I'm hoping they figure it out. But yeah, it's bewildering that they keep
saving it so for the playoffs. Let's roll with that.
All right, I like that. All right. Hopefully they get there.
San Francisco, Seattle. What do you got?
So Seattle won 30-23. I was pretty surprised there. But just what the fuck, Seattle? I mean, can you guys be predictable once?
No.
More on that later. But what the fuck, Seattle? But that's per usual. Kittle is the guy until Debo's back, not Ayuk.
Agreed.
That's my biggest takeaway is if Debo misses, Kittle is a lock. And I'm just guessing, groin injury. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much out of the playoffs. Nobody's eliminated. Even Detroit's still technically not mathematically eliminated. But just realistically, I could see them being like, Debo, take a week. You know what I mean? Be good.
Right.
So assuming Debo misses, Kittle is just he's a guan. He's gonna eat. That was my biggest takeaway.
42.6. I didn't even realize he went that ham. I knew he caught 2 touchdowns, but golly.
Yeah, he had 180 of the 300 passing yards. But yeah, just Seattle scores 30, but nobody goes off on offense for him. Not even Russ. What the hell, man. But yeah, that's what I got for takeaways.
No sense.
They're just weird, man.
I think it just shows how important Debo is to that offense. You can force 12 catches for 180 and 2 touchdowns to Kittle because he's a guan, but when it comes to being a functional offense, I think it just shows what Debo really means to him.
Yeah, he's just such a weapon. He's so hard to defend. Again, it changes how you call defense.
Yeah. Big time havoc guy.
Definitely. I love that dude so much. Big play.
That sounds like something like John Gruden is just drafted a guy. He's a havoc guy. He just creates havoc.
I love that man. Let me tell you.
There's just a havoc creator right here. He just knows how to just football, man.
Telling you. All right. It's Thursday. We got Pittsburgh at Minnesota. Minnesota's -3. Mm-hmm. And then, it's basically a pick 'em if you go by the home fields worth 3 points argument. Total 43.5. Very low total.
I was equally as shocked as you by this. When I pulled it up, I was like, whoa, hammer over.
Yeah, I was expecting much closer to 50.
I agree because of the way both of these teams have been playing. This is these teams are scream shootout games.
And look at Pittsburgh's recent games besides the Lions game where the Lions offense sucks and stuff like that. Even the Bears dropped 25. Every team that has somewhat functional has been dropping points on Pittsburgh.
And you disclude this past game because I don't know. I should have looked at that and been like Steelers, Ravens, don't even touch it. But I'm stupid. Yeah. So
throw
that's
out
why
the record books.
Yeah. So, but you know what I mean. So throw that one out of there because that's just classic divisional, pound the shit out of each other game. But no, exactly. The way these teams have been playing games, it just screams a 50-pointer.
Yeah, both teams in the 20s. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. So we both love that. We'll play the over. I would jump on it because I'm guessing other people are going to think like I do, but I could be wrong. Or like we do, I mean.
Yeah, I could see that one rising a point or two.
Yeah. My other play is, we already mentioned him, it's Justin Jefferson, over 92.5 yards. It's only minus 115, which isn't bad. He has 144 yards per game the last 4. And like I said, no Thielen.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. I forgot about the no Thielen part. And yeah, for 92 to beat the line, I mean, lines are probably going to be kind of low because of their totals low. I don't know.
I know that's a big number, but I mean, he's, like I said, 144 yards per game. We got more on him later. I think he's gonna eat. He's my captain in the lineup. He's probably pretty chalky there, but I don't care.
I like Deontay Johnson over 6.5 receptions because I think
13 targets every game.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're just talking like, if we both think a 50-point game here. I mean, yeah, I think he's just going to get the targets that warrant 7 catches.
Yeah, I missed cash with him in my lineup.
Same. And that's all I'm looking at tomorrow. I just think that overs, I'll probably slap a 2 unit on that one.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely willing to put a boom on that one. I don't normally bet, days in advance. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good game. It should be. I bet hopefully Big Ben doesn't suck ass and it's actually competitive. Sunday, I got some wild ones. I kind of want to go first here, man.
Yeah, just hit me all 3 of them. Go for it.
So the first one's not too crazy, especially if you've been listening to us for a while. I like Washington plus 4.5 versus Dallas. Washington's been hot. They've been running the ball and kind of shortening games. So I bet it's a little bit low scoring. And like I said, I am gonna flirt with their money line.
I don't blame you at all for that. I like Ron Rivera. It makes sense that team started off the way they did, especially losing Fitzpatrick. Like, that's a huge adjustment to lose your starter week 1. I mean, like, everything is your entire offensive game plan for this season just got flipped upside down.
Mm-hmm.
But it just shows that he is a really damn good coach. So,
oh, absolutely.
This team's on the run, making a run here, and hopefully going to hit our bet, because that was our plant the flag, man. It was 8.5 line on those guys.
They got to split at minimum. They have 2 games against the Eagles, 2 games against the Cowboys. They got to split those 4 to have a chance. But if they do, they should be good.
They can do it. So yeah, I like that play.
This one's also not weird. I like New Orleans minus 5.5 at the Jets.
Okay.
Jets suck. New Orleans, they were like in that game. They were like being competitive with Dallas, and then like Taysom Hill just like couldn't stop throwing interceptions. So as long as he doesn't throw 4 fucking interceptions,
do you think he knew that wasn't the goal?
I'm not sure. The way he either has like a weird kink for throwing interceptions to Cowboys, or like he was like, "This is the game plan. I got
He's got a cowboy thing."
I think he likes boots, like Ted Mosby. Yeah.
Yes.
They get a touchdown, and then they would have to kick the extra point to cover. I'm good with that. Jets are really, really, really bad. Especially if Kamara comes back, I'm guessing that line jumps too. So I like that one.
Saints defense is always just
good.
Overrated.
Yeah, and like Zach Wilson and the Jets, like, I'm sorry, I think that's gonna be an ugly one, Jets fans. And my last one, I'm taking Houston plus 7.5 versus Seattle.
I don't think that's that weird. I almost picked it.
Seattle is always freaking weird. So they just showed out, so they're probably going to suck. It's at Houston. Houston's been feisty at times. There seems to be something going up with Russ in the passing attack. They get 7.5 points. I'm just going with it. I'm just picking Seattle's going to be weird, and this is a play I would never do normally, but I'm just going to go for it.
Hey, sometimes that's what it's all about. And when it's a total gut call, it makes the the win that much more fun.
Oh yeah, very excited. So I did a Houston Washington moneyline parlay, which is like
that's cool.
plus 900. So very curious.
That's a cool one. I like that. That's fun. My first one is Seattle Houston over 41.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, Houston sucks, obviously, but it's an offense that has shown that they can put up some points, and in garbage time they can do it too. So I think 41 is an easy number for them. Second, along the lines of your plus 7.5, I'm going Lions 7.5 on the Broncos. So it's in Denver, but you know what? Screw it. I think the Fighting Dan Campbells, they got a taste of kneecap. And
they're coming back.
They're coming back for more. Yeah, and are they going to get it? Probably not. but they're going to get 7. They're going to get 7.5 points close enough.
I like that. I like that play. I mean, Teddy can be a real Teddy game and just keep it up, muck it up, and it's a touchdown. Like garbage time, keep it close. I like that call.
And I just think the win for that team is going to do so much for them, especially because they've been in so many games. Hey, stop! I'm fucking talking here.
She'll say bless you. Sure.
But the Lions have legit been in multiple games, so I think 7.5 is a totally reasonable number for them.
I think they've covered like 2/3 of their games or something like that.
I think I heard this week they're 6, 7, and 4 or something. Yeah, there's something in that ballpark against the spread.
Yeah, they've been good against spread. They've been covering. So, I think it's a good call.
The last one's Baltimore plus 2.5 on the Browns.
Ooh.
I think we're going to get another ugly low scorer here. So I don't think 2.5 is too crazy. I also think Baker sucks. So
Baker's not good.
If they can slow Chubb down and Lamar doesn't throw 4 picks, plus 2.5 seems pretty easy to me.
I am going to be flirting all week with taking Hollywood and DFS because that matchup's really good. They get beat deep, so so I like that call. I already mentioned I love Baltimore, but they're in wait and see mode for me at the moment.
I think I like this is the angle I like taking on them because it's not like a huge investment or an investment in any one person. For me, I think it's going to be a close game. So I think that's a safe way to sneak into that.
No, I like that. I like that call. Cleveland's been, kind of hit and miss on offense too. So that could help Baltimore's defense, which kind of sucks.
All right. You got your bets in first. So I'm taking the first cash guy.
Do it.
It's CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, it is.
It's gotta be.
I love CD.
It's CeeDee Lamb. He's 7'2". The first thing I wrote down was just yak with an exclamation point. That game Thursday night against the Saints, he was a yak monster. And that defense is no chums, like we literally just said, and I didn't even mean to give that defense props. It just happened.
Because it's true.
Because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love him. I just love the guy. So that helps his case that you see him, and if I don't know who he's next to, but I clearly like him more than the guy right next to him. So that helps the cause.
I mean, it could be like Chris Pratt. No, give me CD.
Give me CeeDee Lamb. So, and then I think back to would have been it was the Las Vegas Washington game last weekend, watching Hunter Renfrow pick them apart in the slot. And I'm putting 2 and 2 together here.
That's very true. Renfrow had a good week.
And it equals CeeDee Lamb eating in the slot.
Yeah, I have him as a solo DFS play because I was pretty confident you were going to take him as a cash. But yeah, we were not going to not talk about CeeDee Lamb this week.
No.
Yeah, I
will not eat cat poop.
You will eat this cat poop. Anywho, well, okay. So last year, before the season, I did a side startup, and I took CeeDee, and this guy was trying to buy him before week 1. And I'm just pretty much being like, no, like you're not. Like I wanted CeeDee in this. Like he was my number 1 target in this draft. And he's like, why are you so high? And I'm like, because he's gonna be nuke with yak skills. And he's like, dude, you are crazy. I was like, okay. Tell me I'm wrong.
Crazy.
Tell me I'm wrong. I love CeeDee Lamb.
As a part of my dynasty rebuild, I made a big target in my CMC. My big trade was unloading CMC because that was how I had to kick it off. And as a part of that trade, I told myself I'm getting CeeDee Lamb. And I did. And I probably overpaid as a part of it. But go get your damn guys. Because here's my dynasty lesson is I've made 2 big moves, 2 ballsy moves to go get my guys. And those guys are CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Waddle. So go get your guys.
I love it. Waddle's wide receiver 11 on the year. 1 ahead of Chase, BT Dubs. All right, I'm going with my top cash guy. It's my boy, my RB1 from this running class. It's Javonte Williams.
Of a bitch.
God damn, I love Javonte Williams. More on him later. He's 5,900 versus Detroit, which if you haven't checked, they won a game, but they lost or tied the fierce to 11. And overall, they're not great.
They still stink versus the run.
And Javonte is really fucking good. He was running back 1 in his first career ever start. In a week that Jonathan Taylor played and went off too.
And did well, yeah.
Right. It's not like it was a scrub week. He killed it. Especially if Mel Gordon misses. I mean, he's just gonna be chalk. But even if
I'll still play him. I'm playing
exactly. Because he's such an explosive player. It's a great matchup.
He's on my cash list, my list of 3, so I'll just get him out of the way. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I looked at the matchup. He's at home. He's a home favorite. That is usually good for running backs in DFS.
Yep. Can catch the ball.
Yeah, he can catch.
He checks
even if Gordon is playing, he's going to get more playing time still because
gotta feed him after that last week.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's still priced down.
Pick 34 or something like that. You traded up to get this dude. You finally feature him, and he goes off like that. He had 20 points the week before too. He's here.
He's here, and hopefully to stay. And let's fire him up and don't lock him in a cell again.
It was a good week for my early proclamations a couple months ago. Remember, I said I was getting pretty hot takey. I put Justin Herbert at QB3 Dynasty. Yeah. He's QB3 this year in his second year.
Damn.
He's really jumped up there. And then I said Javonte was a Dynasty RB6 about a month and a half ago. And tell me I'm wrong when we start up when you're doing startups next summer.
Hey, I'm going to poo on your parade because I said, are the Bills still the favorite for the division? And you were like, absolutely. No doubt.
Absolutely. No doubt. God damn, they fucked that game up.
Fucking Bill.
God, they ran 32 straight times. Make them pass. At some point where you're not you know what? No, there's 10 in the box.
My favorite part was McDermott. Well, let's not give Bill more credit than he deserves. Motherfucker, you just got ran on every damn play and you knew it. And you didn't stop it. So, sit this one out.
And, when they had the win, they were not nearly as aggressive as they should have been, considering, I don't think the win, barely even affected Josh Allen.
No, it didn't seem like it.
He's such an arm, and, where are all the design runs? He should have had 20 carries. It was dumb. For how important that game was, they coached like shit. I still think the Bills I still think the Bills are the best team in the AFC, but losing Trey White is massive. I have kind of switched. I think Chiefs are going to win the AFC now.
He is their biggest potential injury loss aside from Allen.
Yeah, I would say he probably is. I mean, it's him, Diggs, or like who's that one? They have like a really good defensive tackle. I'm really blanking his name. He broke out.
Oh, Oliver?
Yeah, I think so. But like their whole D line is really good. But anyway, him is just a massive, massive loss just because he shadows everywhere. He goes in the slot. And
he's crazy good.
Yeah. So I think Casey. Anyway, you can do your. Do you want me to go since you have only one left?
I have one more. So,
all right, so why don't I go and then you go and then I go?
Yeah.
All right. So I got Kittle. I already mentioned him, 6,900. So he's expensive. He has 5 TDs in his last 5. So clearly it's not just Debo being out, but I'm saying with Debo out, I think it's a must play. Cincinnati just showed their defense can be exposed. And like I said, Kittle is just when Kittle is on, Kittle is one, really, really fun to watch. And 2, he's just like demoralizing. Like he's a whole mood, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's all I got. You go.
That's really funny because I have Mark Andrews at 5'9", but
dude, I like tight end a lot this week.
I honestly, I'll probably will find a way to play Kittle, but I had Andrews at 5'9" because since his bye week, 5 games since bye week, he has 47 targets.
Yeah, he's getting so many targets.
Yeah, and like you mentioned it earlier, and I didn't say anything, but you literally said what I was going to say here is that Lamar is just feeding this guy. And so I'm like, dude, for 5'9", geez, oh Pete's. And it's like it's not like it's some random ass tight end who you're like, yeah, I'm taking. No, this is Mark Andrews, and he's shown himself to be a top 3 tight end this year.
Yeah, a lot of people would have him that high and would agree with what you're saying. So I think that's a solid call. Yeah, I like a lot of tight ends. Gronk
so yeah, it's going to come down to one of those 2 for me.
Yeah. My last one is Gibson. He's been eating recently. He's 6,000 versus Dallas. Like I said, I think Washington hangs in this game, so he should be able to run a lot. He's catching passes. I think McKissick is questionable, so I don't know. But Gibson's getting the work. He has 20 points in 3 of the last 4, and the one he missed, he had like 19 carries for like 95 yards. So it's not like he was bad. He just didn't score and didn't catch anything, but he was still clearly eating, getting the touches. But I think he's gonna be fine.
He's been really good, man.
I'm not afraid of Dallas's run defense. Pass defense, I'll give you credit, but run defense, they can be run on.
Yeah, can't argue with any of that. The targets are coming now finally with McKissick hurt. There's nothing. Finally, when they're finally giving Gibby all these touches, he's making shit happen. He's scoring points. Who would have ever thought?
Plus, it's post bye week. This 4-game stretch. Like I think he got healthy. He is dealing with a fracture in his shin. Like I imagine as a running back, that has to suck.
Yeah,
I can't imagine playing football, let alone with a freaking fracture in my leg at like the most physical position.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
All right. What about stack? I'll let you go first for stack. I have a monster stack I love.
So I'm gonna do Dallas and Washington as mine. And I'm going to do a little bit of Dak Cooper Schultz with Gibby and Scary Terry coming back. So I just think this is giving you a good total game with the Cowboys winning and
probably contrarian not having Lamb.
That's why I did it. And
I like Schultz. Schultz is one of the tight ends.
That's why I threw Schultz in there. I don't think Scary Terry's going to be a big play because of his price, but he's such a great GPP guy.
And Heineke just loves throwing it up to him, so he's always a threat for like a 40-yard touchdown pass or catch. I mean,
so that five person stack is where I'm looking this week, and that'll leave you get a cheap defense. That'll leave you have some fun there.
Yeah. I like that call. Mine is in probably a pretty chalky GBP game. It's the Bills Tampa Bay game. The total I think is 53.5. Like I said, no Trey White. So I think I know that the Pats just ran all over Buffalo, and I know other teams have Tennessee, but I think Bucks are going to pass all over them, and so I think Bills are going to score with them, maybe come back. I don't know. Josh Allen is my favorite GPP quarterback. He will be in all my GPPs.
Real quick, it's really funny that you picked this game because this was almost my pick, and it was going to be Josh Allen to be contrarian because obviously Tom Brady is going to be popular.
My other GPP has Washington. I have, I think I have Dak, CD, Schultz, and then with Gibby running back. Because Schultz. I mean, I saw Washington got ate alive by some tight ends recently, so I could see Schultz eating. But anyway, I like Knox for 5K from Buffalo. I like Beasley for 5K from Buffalo. I like paying up for Diggs if you want to. Just any of them. I think they're all going to do pretty well.
I like Beasley this week.
Yeah, I like those two because I figure they'll be, especially Knox, will be super low owned after he screwed up so many times. But clearly, he should have had a great game, and he's had 2 good games before that. He's really good.
Especially since, he had the injury, but Allen was just starting to really look his way before he got injured. And like you just said, since he's come back, it's been nothing but good.
Yeah, he's a big play threat. He's good in the red zone. Obviously, they like using his size, athleticism combo. He's gotten jet sweeps. They got called back against Tennessee, I think. He's really a good player. And then the Bucs side, again, I like pretty much all the Bucs. I like Evans for 6,600. I'm kind of going homer because I have him in so many best ball leagues, including the one where I went in the Millie playoff, and I don't have Jonathan Taylor this week. And I really need a big week. I have Brady and Evans, so if Evans can get a 2-touchdown game, I'll be ecstatic. But I like Gronk for 6K. I think Godwin's a little bit more than I think he's 7K. I could see that play working out because he's been doing so well recently. I really like that whole game. I think you can mix and match however you want. I'm trying to go a little contrarian. That's why I went Evans. And then I don't think I'll have Gronk in there because I like cheaper tight ends. I'll probably go Knox. But yeah, I like a lot of players in that matchup. I think they're all going to do well.
Same. I like Evans over Godwin this week. Beasley for sure. I like because he's pretty cheap, and Diggs could go ham because that Bucs secondary is obviously in trouble.
I think he gets doubled. I think they're going to double him.
My thing, I saw that total, and I was like, man, I should get a piece of that for cash. But then I started thinking about it. I think this whole game is just going to be so spread out that I think a game stack is how I would attack this as well. I think Evans it would just be too hard.
My only cash one I would consider Evans or Gronk.
Same.
But like I said, I like other tight ends. I don't think I'll have much Gronk, but I think it's a good play based on how his connection's been with Tom.
It's been so good lately.
Yeah, every game he's played, he's been healthy and finished. He's gone off. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump in and hit my fade if that's cool because it ties in here. Foster Moreau, because he is 4K on the dot. He's 4K on the dot. Same thing if Waller misses. I think you'll see people go to him. Mm-hmm. I think he saw success in his first start that Waller missed because they had Ruggs, and what his speed does to the defense, regardless if he's catching balls or not. You still got to respect it. So I think that helped open up Moreau because he's clearly not Waller. He's good enough to just do it himself. So I think that's a lesson learned there, and I'm going to shy away this week. But like we've been saying this whole time, that tight end is,
especially with tight ends being such a good
even Kelsey is in a smash spot. I
had Kelsey in my cash, I just couldn't afford it. That's why I went down to Kittle.
Exactly. So Foster Moreau for me.
I think I'll be stacking that game as well. CEH, I think is a good play in that game. It's 6K. I guess I'll do my fade since you did your fade. I'm going Tyler Lockett. Clearly, I'm just going anti-Seattle, just going all in on that. He's had 3 games in a row with double digits. This dude is boom bust city. So it seems like a bust is coming. And like I said, I could see this game just getting like ugly and muck it up. And like I said, I could see him not doing well just because he has been doing pretty well. Like I said, Seattle's weird. So probably something like that. It's going to happen.
I stand Tyler Lockett.
I like him. He's boom bust. I mean, I'm not like.
Oh, I know. That's why I love him.
Okay. I was like, I don't feel like I'm saying anything like slanderous. Like he's just, or libel, right? It's libel when it's spoken. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying he won me a lot of money. So
that's fair.
That's why I love him.
Chalkboard. Solo, I'm going in first. This is another weird one. Going DJ Moore. Normally, I'm pretty anti DJ Moore. He's 6,200.
Are you saying for GPP?
Yeah, as a solo play.
Yeah, I didn't write a solo play because I just wrote my stack. But when I was looking, I legit almost picked him for cash.
I think I'm gonna have him in my cash lineup. I have a spot right at that 6'2" and down. There's like 7 dudes I really like 6'2" to like 5'8". I'm torn. I'm sick over that. It's gonna kill me all Sunday morning. I already know already.
I hate that, man.
I know it's gonna bone me. Whoever I pick, I'll make sure to fade whoever I pick because it's probably gonna be wrong. Anywho, DJ Moore 6,200. New play caller Joe Brady's gone. They had their bye week. No Christian McCaffrey. I just feel like they're like, all right, we have the rest of the season. Let's go a different direction. I think he's gonna get fed because he's their best offensive player. I was
just about to say at this point he's their best player, so
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't know what's gonna happen to quarterback. Well, I guess they'll figure that out. But I just think he's going to get a lot of targets, and he's special, and Atlanta is not good. I know A.J. Terrell has been good, but he doesn't shadow. So he's really easy to avoid. He's like Jalen Johnson. He just plays his one spot. So as long as you just put him in the slot or on the other side, he's not going to touch him, and they don't have anybody else.
Man, in today's NFL, that is going to be such a detriment for cornerbacks coming up.
That's why you need two.
If I don't know, I feel like to be a first round guy, in today's NFL, moving forward in the draft, you're gonna have to be able to play both sides.
Well, do you think it's a development
in the
thing?
Slot too?
Do you think it's a development?
Probably because they're
they're just like, hey, you stay here, get your technique down, get used to this side,
right?
And then they're once you feel confident, next off season, move them to the other side. And then get comfortable there, and then you're able to move. Obviously, we don't know anything about coaching, but right. I can see that making sense.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. I think being able to shadow is that puts you in a different tier. If you don't shadow, you're not top tier. It's that.
I mean, look at Jalen's following guys in the slot now.
Yeah. Trey White goes into the slot.
Yeah.
I'm missing a big one. I'll come back to it. I don't remember. Never mind. I just know those two for sure going to the slot, and that's a huge to me. That's a huge just tier break. If you can't shadow, you can't be top tier because it's too easy to avoid you.
All right. Before we move on,
I got one more.
All right, go for it.
I really like Jerry Jeudy this week. He might be in a cash lineup too. He's 5,600, 6.5 targets the last 4. Detroit sucks. They've been lit up by so many pass catchers, and he's the kind of guy that's been doing it, the shifty guy with good speed, 4.2 speed that can just make separation and then make a play afterwards. Sutton's been invisible since Judy's been back. I was
just about to say Sutton and Patrick since Judy's return have declined significantly. And I'm with you. He can separate for himself against the best of them. So
I've been really impressed with him. I was
in the Lions. The Lions are not the best of them. That's one way to put it. So
all right. When do you think in the last 40 years the Lions have been considered the best of them?
Never.
They haven't won a playoff game since 92 or 91. like since we've been alive, man.
I'll say that was the year I was born.
It probably was right around the time you were born. Playoffs, 91.
You're right. Yeah.
You're January.
Yeah.
Jesus,
that's awesome.
I'm so sorry for you. I love to laugh at him, though. I can't help it.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done.
Before we go to Cook and Bookin', if Keenan Allen plays, I love him this week.
Yep, I think that's a very, very good call. He's been getting a lot
45
of targets.
Minutes.
We're pretty good. That's not bad.
Let's go.
All right.
Come on, pay-per-view. Dane Cook.
20 minutes. I paid $1,300 a week for voice lessons, and this is what I get. You are so flat.
Look good.
You know who's not flat and is totally cooking? It's Javonte Williams. We already mentioned him. RB1 last week. I love him. He's your favorite football player's favorite football player. He has the highest missed tackle rate in a season since 2006.
I know. Yeah, that's bananas. And he had the highest college rate, too.
I get it. He hasn't gotten the carries of like Henry, the last couple of years and stuff like that. But like, it's a rate. You know what I mean? Like, give him freaking targets. He's like, it was like Marshawn in 16, and it was Chubb last year, and they're like 31%, and he's 34%. I wish he's so freaking good.
I wish I could relive Marshawn's career. I just don't think we were old enough to respect it.
Oh my God.
Like, I think we were only old enough to respect the tail end.
Right. Freaking beast mode, man. He was so freaking good. Such a cool dude, too.
I know. I love him. He's the best.
Our next cooking is Everton Football Club. Go off, King. It's your team.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Tell me what happened, my friend. It's all you. I'm leaving you the mic.
I mean, I sent you the highlight of some of this.
Mm-hmm.
They got, Damari Gray hits this just screamer of a shot at like 80th minute or something to put them in the lead. They won the game versus Arsenal.
Dude. I think it was.
Oh, you're right. It was
with 5 minutes left.
Yeah. So it was just awesome. He had a shot earlier that he curled it, and then it hit the post. Like, it was. And then
why was this win so important?
That's where I was getting.
Okay.
They hadn't
buried the lead.
They hadn't won a damn game since September.
That's a lot of games, my friend.
I know, it's a lot, and it makes no sense because there's a lot of talent
like
there.
To win.
It's usually the goal.
Right.
Goal.
You play to win the game.
But man, and the way they did it too is because they scored 2 goals that got overturned by VAR that were garbage. The one literally
offsides.
It had the Arsenal red line behind the Everton blue line on the computer screen.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Their body were even. Like, what? That is onside. Like, we're getting crazy if that's offsides.
I know. I don't get it. So, anyways, a lot of bullshit, and they had a stunner of a shot to win the game. Place went bananas. You gotta love it.
It was such a good shot. If you haven't seen
Is there?
Phenomenal.
I think one of my favorite sporting things, I don't know, is just a crazy ass soccer goal with a crowd erupting.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
When there's stakes attached and it's just a bananas goal, and like soccer fans are already like on the edge already. So give them something to get really rowdy for. Not a 0-0 game, and they're gonna go wild. Last one, I said there would be more on him later. It's Justin Jefferson. He's closing in on the most yards ever for a player's first 2 seasons in the Super Bowl era.
That's insane.
There's a lot of good wide receivers that have played Bill. So he has 2,609 yards. He just packed Jerry Rice. Have you heard of him?
A couple times.
Pretty good. All right. The next person has 2,726. Randy Moss. Have you heard of him?
I like him.
Okay. And then the first place person has 2,755, so 150 yards ahead, and that's Odell Beckham.
He's definitely not good.
No, okay, never heard of him.
He's a bum.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He's probably gonna get that next game based on what I think is gonna happen. But anyway,
I think so.
So it's not even like the 17 games is gonna be a factor. Like, no, he's gonna get it handedly.
Yeah, he will be far and away from that number by time game 17 hits.
Right. He's just, I mean, the dude just keeps putting up elite numbers at unprecedented times in someone's career. I think we're just seeing greatness, and he's just really, really, really special.
So soak it in.
Yeah, he's cooking for sure.
Hell yeah.
You know who ain't cooking?
The Giants.
Giants, because they booking. Woo! If you didn't know, because you're not paying attention, because everyone talks about the Giants because New York, they suck really bad on offense. Jonathan Taylor, he's pretty good at football. He has the most touchdowns in the league. Good for him, right? Yeah. That's as many the Giants as a team have. 12 games.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's horrible.
The Bears are better than that. You should never be worse than the Bears.
Man, and they really think that Danny Dimes still might be it.
Dude, there are people this year that like I respect, like Mina Kimes and people like that saying like he's not playing that bad. At some point, if you're not scoring touchdowns, like that's bad.
Yeah, you're playing bad. Exactly.
Like you have to score. Like that's like it's 2021. You can score now.
That's like that's one of those things like where analysts and stuff start to like galaxy brain too much. Like we talk about like metrics galaxy and stuff.
Brain, perfect. Yeah.
That's like sometimes with the metrics are the same way. People just try to galaxy brain everything. It's like, dude, just sit down and watch football and you'll figure it out, and then you mesh that with these galaxy brain ideas, and you're onto something.
Right. So yeah, Giants, woof. Next person's booking is a co-host on this show. It's me.
It's you.
Hi.
Haha.
I'm Dennis, and I'm booking. I'm booking because I took CD to score the first touchdown in the game versus Saints. Right? Perfect, makes sense. He's a great player. You know, it was like plus 800. That's awesome. CD, he wasn't going to draw Lattimore. Let's go, right? So first drive, it's like third or fourth down, and they call like this really cool play action where he's like doing a drag, and then he cuts up all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, that was really sweet.
It was going to be great. Dak throws inside shoulder. CD turns outside shoulder. He can't make the play. It was a wide open touchdown. Like, we could have made that freaking throw. It was just miscommunication, and it just sucks. All right, whatever. They have to move the ball. Saints get it. They don't score. Yay. Cowboys get the ball again. Awesome. Now here we go. They're driving. They get to the third. They get to into Saints territory, and they hit a little bubble screen to CD. He makes a great move. He runs for 35 yards. That's awesome. That's awesome. Too bad they're on the 36-yard line.
Down at the one.
And then I don't even remember who got the touchdown. I was so mad. I wasn't even paying attention. It wasn't CD. And I consider that a bad beat because he should have had two.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And it happened in two different ways for you. That was the worst part.
And, like, I made a joke in the group chat. Brutal ways. I was like, wouldn't that suck if you bet CD Lamb for first touchdown and Dak misses a wide open throw to CD Lamb for a touchdown? And then, like, they're all like, that would suck, that would suck. And, like, literally, like, that play happens, and, like, two of them, I texted me, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, Dennis. That sucks. So freaking mad.
It's like a joke first time, second time. Oh, fuck this.
Right, you're just being mean. Football, why are you so mean? Last one. Dolphins offensive line and just offense in general.
Is the Dolphins offensive linemen are reoccurring topics.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm a Tua stan. But anyway, I think this should add to the nuance of how Tua looks so far. So they are 31st in the following rankings. QB pressures, that's not great. Rush yards per game, usually that helps. And rush yards per carry. All right. So there's only one team worse than them and all those things. These are the following things they're 32nd in. So nobody's worse than them. O-line rating, according to PFF. Pocket time. That's usually helpful for a quarterback. And wide receiver drops. So his running backs aren't helping him. His wide receivers aren't helping him. His offensive line isn't helping him.
Nobody helping
Just adding some context. Just adding context.
He's got
do with it what you want.
Jalen Waddle helping him, and that's it.
I mean, damn. Gesicki's had some good games. I'll give him a little bit of credit. But yeah, dude is in like a historically bad situation. And like low-key has been thriving.
Yep.
You know, especially this second half once he came back from injury.
He's been very good.
I mean, I still see people putting him dynasty rankings closer to quarterback 20 than quarterback 10. I think if you get him quarterback 20 and then start it next year, I think you'll be very happy.
Oh, absolutely.
That'll be my my 2 cents on the whole thing. Especially if they please go skill player or line first pick. Please.
Have to.
I would love them to get like Garrett Wilson. That'd be so good.
Because they hit, I mean, Jalen Phillips has been good. Same with Javon Holland. So, I mean, they hit a couple of nice picks on defense. So, yeah.
You have to help Tua and end this Watson bullshit. He's also been really good since the trade deadline. Which, I mean, you can say what you want. You know, like people call Carson Wentz soft for how he felt with the Foles thing. But, like, that has to mess with you, man. I mean, he was answering questions for weeks about this interest from the owner. And then, like, what's he going to say bad things about the owner? Say bad things about Deshaun Watson? Like, he's lose-lose, you know? So I'm just happy for him that he's doing well. I like him. He's a funny guy.
You know who is a funny guy?
That's where I was exactly about to go. It's our Guan of the week.
Gardner Minshew. The stash is back.
You sent me that clip, and instantly, like, I just got chills. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It went viral of him and his dad just celebrating after the game. It was so cool.
So cool. Awesome.
You can just tell, like, how much that means to him, and like
his dad's a great dude. From when he was in Jacksonville, like Jags Twitter interacted with him some, and like, but he goes to every game Gardner plays. I went to Jags Cincinnati in 2019, and after the game, walking out through the concourse, I ran into him. I took a picture with him. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I talked to him for a minute. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. Him and Gardner obviously are like super tight, and that's awesome. And it was just so genuine of a moment between them. And
it's like he's like been an underdog like his whole career. Like he had to like fight and like transfer to get to a chance to play. And once he got a chance to play, he killed it. And then he got in the pros, got a chance to play, and he did pretty darn well. And then like basically was too good for Jacksonville trying to tank last year. And then this year, of course, they had to move on because they got Larry, you know. I personally think he could be better than Hurts. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's great, but he's fun for sure. He's a Fitzpatrick
he's a blast.
Type. You know, at worst, he's a Fitzpatrick career arc.
I think he's less good. His ceiling isn't quite there.
Yeah.
Especially like physically.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. He's got a crap arm.
I think him being a backup is like the perfect spot for him, because when you get him in when a defense isn't like totally ready, like he's the perfect guy for that. And he can keep you afloat for a few games. Like he is, to me, is like the perfect kind of backup. I just don't think he'll ever be a starter. Once the book got out on him in Jacksonville, he just played too deep, and QB contained him in the pocket, and he was toast.
That said, like Goddard is the best pass catcher he's ever thrown to, right?
Yeah, he had that one really good year with Chark, but probably.
But I mean, I'm not sold on Chark.
No, me neither. That's why I'm saying.
Philly O-line significantly better than Jags O-line when he was there. Like he's also like he was in a really tough spot. You know, so I have I don't like. Could he be Kirk Cousins? Could he be, a better Taylor Heineke? Could he be, like Tyrod Taylor? Like, I'm not sold he can't be. But I think, but what you're saying is he's not a franchise QB. And
and like for me, it's I watched him
closer than I did
for a long time, and like I could be wrong too. I'm not, what I mean. But like for me, having watched his career in Jacksonville, it literally was like once the Saints laid that game plan on him, he was really bad. Other teams picked it up, and he just wasn't good.
I definitely want him to be good, so I'm sure that biases.
No, I want him to as well because right. Gardner, the guy, is so cool.
Oh my god, dude broke his hand in college on purpose. I can't remember why he wanted to be hurt, but I think it's something to do with
red shirt.
I was gonna say I think he wanted an injury season, so he broke his fucking hand with a hammer.
He said he just started taking pulls from a whiskey bottle and then grabbed a hammer and just started smashing it.
Jesus, what a guy. What a guy. Yeah, he's a good
And then I forgot what he told his coach. He had to come up with some bullshit story about how his hand broke.
What a guy, for sure. That's all I got, my friend.
That's all I got, my friend.
Peace out. Thanks for if you joined us.
Latris on the Menjay.
See you, Jobin.